There was a village, land far away in a time long ago. Wonderful village, great people, wonderful families, hard workers, strong ethics. But in this village, they had problems, much like we have in our own communities. They had poor health conditions. The environment was not all that rich in resources, but they had some assets. There were starting to have a little bit of power infighting among some of the people in the village. And they were very poor, very impoverished. They were good, strong, hardworking people. The town leaders got together and decided that they were going to send scouts out to find a man that was supposedly legendary, didn't know if he even existed, a sage that lived in the mountains. And they said this sage, as the legend would have it, goes into these villages and he just mysteriously and magically is able to kind of help them and get over things, and the villages start to flourish following his visit. And so they find him. And after weeks of searching, they find him in the hills, and he's very old and appears very weak. And he tells them, I stopped doing that many years ago. I can't possibly make the trip to your village. They persuaded him, we will take great care of you. We will transport you with great care. We will feed you. We will make it effortless for you. We will treat you like a king. Trust me, we need you. You are our last hope. We need you. You cannot turn us down. Reluctantly, he agrees, and they keep their promise, and they're very kind to him and take him on as comfortable a ride back to their village as they can. And he tells them that what he wants is he wants them to bring all of the villagers together in a spot at sunrise. The old man tells them, I want everybody there. Children, babies, doesn't matter. I want the disabled there. I want everybody. Get them here somehow to the town, to wherever in the village you can convene people. They said, we have the perfect spot. There's this sort of grassy area, sort of this knoll, kind of a natural amphitheater. We've got, there's like a little rock platform you could stand up on. We'll have them all there. We're excited about this. Thank you for coming. He stands up at sunrise. They take him up the little trail to the rock hill, and he stands very tall and erect and strong, and with a very surprisingly strong voice, he looks at the crowd and he says, do you know what I am going to tell you? They look around at each other, a little puzzled. Kind of, do you know? Do you know? Shaking their heads. They don't know. So in unison, the crowd responds to him, no. The man looks at them and shakes his head in disappointment and says, then I'm sorry, but I cannot help you. And he starts to leave, and he walks down the little trail back down to the flat plains, and he starts to walk away, and the people are confused. They don't know what just happened. Is he done? Was that it? We don't get it. Did we answer incorrectly? The town leaders go to the old man, and they catch him, and they say, whoa, what's going on? Where are you going? And he says, I can't help you people. He says, why? We don't understand. Like, we don't get this. You probably have like this method of teaching. Like, this is probably some mysterious message in this. We don't get it. We're a simple people. We're not a stupid people, and we're a hardworking people, but we're simple. You got to break it down for us. We really need you to tell us what it is we need to know. And he says, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you one more chance. Bring the villagers back here first thing in the morning, sunrise, have them same spot. Don't be late. They all come. They're excited. They're back at sunrise. He stands up on the rock platform, and you know what he says. Do you know what I am going to tell you? Now again, simple people, but not stupid people. They have a plan. They whisper it down the line. Yes! He goes, ah. He lights up. His eyes get big. He goes, oh, good. Then I do not need to say it. And he walks back down the pathway down to the flat ground, and they're really confused, and the confusion turns to anger. This guy's jerking our chain. This is not funny. We went a long way. We spent a lot of resources to find this guy and get him here, and he's jerking us around, and we don't like it. They go to him and they say, sir, I know there's some message in this, but we don't get it. We don't understand this kind of teaching. If it's a parable or a mystery or a riddle, we don't get it. You've got to help us. He says, I'll tell you what, I'm giving you one final, and I mean final, chance. Have them here in the morning. They come. He stands on the rock platform. Do you know what I am going to tell you? Half the crowd over here says, no! And simultaneously, this half the crowd says, yes! The man goes, yes, yes, wonderful, good, good, good. Everyone on this side, tell everyone on that side. And he leaves. That's the end of the story. That's the end of it. Raise your hand if you're disappointed that that's the end of the story. Yeah, that's right. You're kind of left where the villagers are left going, we don't get it. What's the deal? Finish the story. We want to know what happened. Here's my question for you. What do you think that story's about? Anybody? Shout it out. Say again? Asking questions. What else? What's this story about? Sharing. Good. What else? Charlatans. Finding your own answers. Anything else? These are great thoughts. These are all right answers. More right answers out there? Expectations. What about them?
What they were expecting to hear.
Yeah, what they got was certainly not what they were expecting, right? Consensus building. Interesting. They kind of came at that pretty quick, didn't they? They certainly had a plan. They were smart, trying to outsmart the old man. So, who knew the village better in terms of the assets and the liabilities and the resources and the culture and the relationships? The villagers or the old man? Who thinks the villagers know more about the village and what's going on? Who thinks the old man knew more about the village? Exactly. This is why I went into the coaching business instead of the consulting business. Expectation. So I describe a consultant as an expert in a field that you hire to come in and solve a particular problem that you have or make a set of recommendations on an issue or a plan or something like that. In other words, a consultant often comes with the answers. A coach doesn't come with answers. A coach comes with questions. That's right. And so the idea of the coach is to draw the best thinking, to elevate the best thinking and draw out the best thinking of the people being coached, of the people with the issue, of the people looking for the plan. So when I coach executives, for example, I often ask them the question, who knows more about this company, you or me? Who knows more about your career and your assets and your skill sets and your weak spots, you or me? Who knows more about the dynamics of the politics inside your organization and your staff people and their competence level, you or me? Yeah, so do you really want me bringing recommendations and answers to you, or do you want to sit down and have a conversation about how are we going to draw out the best thinking together and arrive at some solutions?